I don't think my name's Warrior, but all right. Do you want to talk a bit about? Oh, we could talk about nutrition and stuff. You want to talk about nutrition?
Sure. Yeah,
bulking and cutting. I want to get your opinion on this. So, recently I actually cut 10 kgs.
Yeah.
So that's quite a lot. I think
You were over. What was it?
I was at 200 pounds.
You were at 200. You wanted to go below.
Now I'm like at 174, 176.
Yes.
There you go.
I cut a lot because like my weight was not becoming muscle. It was just like I was studying, right?
Right.
And it was like Christmas. And our house hosted like 6 Christmas parties in a row. Like we had that many, so I was just eating non-stop every day because the food was so good. I believe it. I couldn't say no, so I just kept eating. Even Thanksgiving before, like I had food as well, like the turkey and everything. I always eat a lot. Yeah. And then comes like culminating in like last semester's exams from last semester. Yeah. And I'm like those like nerdy study guys. I'm like
sit around all day.
Exactly. So I didn't go out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna maximize my grades by eating a lot of food and feeling really good about myself. And then, bam, it turned out well for that semester. I got pretty good grades, And then I kind of continued on that trend. And then it just kept like kind of going. And then I just kept getting bigger and bigger. And when you get bigger and bigger, like you don't notice it, kind of.
It creeps
up.
Sort of,
it creeps up on you.
Yeah.
Like, and if you were like my friend, you wouldn't notice it either, unless
you see each other every day.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I actually didn't know this.
Yeah.
But then like Raph, I don't know if you guys know, but like Raph saw me, he's like, Angus, you look hella fat.
Raph is so real like that, by the way. He'll just say that.
He didn't even tell me at the time, actually. He told me now, going back to this liar. Anyways, bad thing. After that semester, I went back to China.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, you
I went back there, they just stuff you with food. Yeah. Like a giant lazy Susan of just different foods everywhere. And they're like, please eat. And I just had to eat. I got to a point, it was such a scary feeling. I didn't feel hunger for like 4 days in a row. Like, sometimes you feel a bit hungry.
Right.
I didn't get that feeling. I just felt full when I woke up. I felt full every second day of the week. It was so frightening.
But did you still like eat?
It's
like a cultural thing.
I kept eating. I just couldn't say no to it. And then like after they're done, they're like, we don't have dessert, right? Thank goodness. But then they'll have like their grapes, their watermelons,
the fruit,
all that fruit, cantaloupe, and they were good fruit too. Yeah. So I'll just eat the fruit. I'll eat the thing, and then like we went back to my dad's place, and it was like meat heavy. In Northern, it's meat heavy. It's like they give you like stews, mutton, like all that big like protein stuff. And pork, beef, like I got really bad. I got to like peak 200 pounds. I came back, and then it kept going. And then like summer like nearly rolls around, and then like March break. About like March break, I started cutting. So I just like I just cut.
It's like the first time you actually like paid attention to like what you're eating and stuff, right?
Yeah. So that's when I started.
Did you have like your Chinese relatives are like, oh, eat more? They're always like that, bro. And
it feels disrespectful not to eat.
It is actually, they get offended.
Okay, I'll eat. And then it's like, God, you blow up. It's bad.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm lucky that like. I got like kind of like a fast metabolism, so like even if I
my metabolism is also slower. So I gain weight easily.
That's interesting,
no.
So what do you guys do with the nutrition in the
gym? Nutrition, honestly, with me, because it's all over the place sometimes. Like low-key, like for me, a lot of guys tend to do this too. It's like whatever your mom makes, or just whatever's at home. If someone offers you something, I'm gonna eat it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Again, with me, I'm just kind of just like going at it as like, okay, trying to get as big as possible now, and then like maybe in a year or two cut down, right? Because right now I'm trying to get to like higher weight on like my squat, bench, and deadlift, right? So right now I'm not too focused on like looking aesthetically good. I'm just trying to look massive and powerful, right?
Yeah.
But again, for me right now, bulking is just more so just like, okay, I'm gonna eat whatever. There's nothing really to it. Like,
but what about like junk food?
Junk food, like fast food. Junk food, fast food,
just everything
going down. Anything in front of you, you're gonna eat. And the thing is, with a lot of people, they tend to not really understand why bulking, especially for a lot of guys that tend to, start the gym a lot skinnier. They're like, I can't put on that much weight. And the whole thing is like, you gotta eat when you're, full.
Even when you're not hungry.
Even when you're not hungry. Right? Yeah, no, exactly. So like, that's another thing you gotta understand is that like, it might be a little bit more difficult. You're probably used to just eating when you're hungry, but like, with the gym, with bulking, you actually have to eat when you're full. right? And sometimes, you know, it might feel like you're going to throw up, which unfortunately happens
sometimes,
right?
In the gym
But,
sometimes,
you know,
a little bit.
right? Oh yeah, no, right? Especially if you're a powerlifter, man. I can't imagine. Right?
I don't have that happen to me anymore, so I'm good.
Did it happen before?
Almost.
Well, because you ate too much.
Right.
I ate. I'll let you finish, but I'll talk about it after.
Well, like again, like Franco was saying, like usually, like if you're gonna like lift too, if you're gonna eat that much and then you're gonna go lift, it's better to wait like maybe an hour or two before you lift, because then if you just go straight to the gym, if you're doing like squats or deadlifts when you're gonna be bracing a whole lot, you're gonna feel something want to come up.
Yeah,
I see.
And it's gonna be really, really bad. You know, you've definitely seen those videos on Instagram or something. You don't want to see it, man. It's nasty. But again, you know, it's very.
I've seen people like urinating. Like I've seen those ones.
That's a like from men.
No, from females.
Yeah, that's actually like a reflex thing. That's normal. Yeah, it's like a normal thing. Yeah,
that's unlucky.
That's brutal.
Thank God we don't have that stuff.
Oh, dude! Thank God. Imagine, dude. Oh my gosh.
That'll make the gym scarier by a lot. By a lot.
Usually, like competition, like it happens a lot, like on competitions, but they have like things to clean it up really fast. Yeah. We'll not get into that.
We won't get into that.
All right.
So, okay, my stance, I can talk about two different things. I can talk about how I bulked up from the start and also how, like, what I'm doing for nutrition now.
Say both of them.
So, okay, I'll start with, like, how I start. So, okay, actually, I'll ask you a question. Guess what body weight I started, like, early grade 11, right?
Yeah. Guess your body weight.
Guess what body weight I started at. Right?
I'll tell you guessing body weight.
I'll tell you my current. So, right now, 183.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Damn, you're pretty big now.
So,
I'm guessing like before you were like 150.
Less.
Oh, really?
I mean, oh wow. Okay, that makes sense. Like 130.
130, around 130.
130. Wow.
Even like one night. So like in the summer it was like 125, and then I ate a bit more, and it was like 130 when I started. Because the reason I remember this, not because I wrote it down, I never wrote anything down, but I remember I tried to get not even one plate on bench. I said I wanted to get body weight on bench, and that was like 130. Right?
Oh.
So like I wasn't even trying to get one plate yet, because I was like, I didn't even get body
skinny.
weight. I was skinny before.
When I was in grade like 6, I was 180.
Grade 6. Oh damn. Okay.
I was 182. I was always big. Then? I was kind of like nearly my height.
Nearly? Okay.
Yeah, and I was always big.
I'm only maybe like an inch taller than like a couple of years ago, so
I've grown in like 5 years.
Do you always like eating at home? Like, would you like ever like you can't stop eating? Do you ever feel that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, man. You know.
For me, okay, I like back then it was I knew I had to eat to bulk up, right? But like I struggled to eat a little bit.
Oh, you want to because skinny guys?
Yeah, like at school I didn't really like pack a big lunch usually.
Oh, okay.
So then I would have to eat when I come home. But before I go home, I have the gym first.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when I go home, there's really only time for one meal, which is dinner.
I never really had lunch.
Yeah. So what I would do, I would bring a protein shake to school, and I don't usually tell a lot of people this because it's kind of weird, but I used to put olive oil in my protein shakes.
That's not weird to do, honestly.
Yeah. But does it taste weird or not?
No, actually, like when you mix it with, like, I would put, it was like a whole concoction. It was so disgusting. So, base of water, and then 2 scoops of protein powder, 1 scoop of creatine, raw egg, milk, and then the olive oil to top it off, and sometimes peanut butter if I feel it.
Sounds like you're making like an Italian pasta sauce.
I would
like a protein pasta sauce.
I would drink that like sometimes like every other day.
Raw egg.
I did not know that.
Raw egg, bro.
Just cause, bro.
Just cause.
Yeah. Well, okay. It was like a thing. It was a thing my dad used to do. He would make a breakfast with like oatmeal and then hot water. So then the egg cooks in the oatmeal and then in a cup and he mixes it.
But you're not scared of salmonella or anything like that?
Hey, I'm still alive here.
I guess
so. Still alive.
I guess so. Wow.
Screw it, man. But you know what? That's smart because you get your amino acids from the egg.
Yes, sir.
You get a whole bunch of good stuff from the egg.
Some good fats
from
peanut
butter.
What are the olive oil?
More calories.
More calories because olive oil is so calorically dense. You put in like a couple teaspoons in there.
That's like 300 calories.
Like, I know. Like, I don't know what the numbers are, but I know it's like really good for bulking.
So like the amount I would put, pretend this is the bottle, it would It's like this much.
Yo, I know when you had that in your locker, the olive oil and the smoothie separated. I know that.
Oh no, it like a centrifuge. It like divides with the good.
Yeah, I know it did, right?
The powder would collect at the bottom, the oil would flow to the top, and then I would remix it.
Like, oh,
yeah,
goodness.
and then also
they're like, Franco, what are you shaking over there? You're like, nothing. You just hide it in your bag.
if I don't have like peanut butter, I'll use like oats.
Okay,
to replace it.
Too.
Yeah. That's how I got from like 130 to like 150. At first.
Oh, well, I hear it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, and then I would like just because like gaining body weight is just based on how many calories you eat. Like that's the main thing, right? So like even I was eating or drinking like that weird shake, I was still not really getting
the Franco shake.
Like, my body fat didn't really increase because okay, we'll get to newbie gains now. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you first start going to the gym, even if you don't
think I can experience newbie gains, bro. All right.
Well, like you gotta lift a little bit consistently for that as well, right?
Okay,
But usually, like you'll see like a huge increase in like strength and muscle gain at the very start. Even if you don't see any visual differences, there's a lot of like metabolic things happening in the background.
I think I did feel that though.
Yeah, right.
Before I used to only do like one thing on the thing.
Yeah, right.
Very bad.
But once your body realizes like, oh, like now we're consistently like feeling resistance, we gotta adapt and grow. And then when you get more muscle mass, your metabolism actually increases because you have more lean tissue that requires more fuel and calories to keep going and to keep it, right?
Right.
I see.
So like, rather than doing, a lot of people like,
because even now when I sometimes eat a lot, my weight doesn't like go up.
Yeah. So
whereas before my weight
probably have more muscle now from doing at least a little bit of lifting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's why I was like, oh, I didn't really gain any fat like in the first like year or so of lifting. I was kind of maintaining the same body fat percentage, but just gained more muscle.
Right.
How did you know about the fat though? Did you have like a track?
I took pictures a lot.
Just took pictures.
Yeah. I noticed like, okay, shoulders, arms, everything's getting bigger.
Yeah.
But like I can still see my ribs.
Okay.
I saw a little bit of ab definitions now.
Right.
But now that like newbie gains are gone, I got more fat. But that's normal, right?
How long does newbie gains normally go for? Like
depends on the genetics.
It might be like a year or two, and it's like basically like a starter pack of steroids.
Literally, yeah.
Like natural
especially
steroids.
if you're a male teen.
Exactly.
Doing it.
A male teen, you start going to the gym early. Oh my gosh, man!
It's like a rage potion.
You'll kick anybody's ass.
It ranges a decent amount too. Like some people like don't really see newbie gains at all, but like I think like most people get the like metabolic like benefits.
Right.
But there are some people that like first couple like our buddy
Ryan,
our buddy
So this guy is kind of he only went to the gym for like 2 years.
For me, like it was nothing special. Like so, we had this buddy we trained with today. His name's Ryan. His parents are ex-bodybuilders, or I think his mom was an ex-professional bodybuilder, and his dad actually went to the gym a lot.
Yeah.
But dude, this kid, you should see. Like he's only been training for 10 months, which gives you perspective on what I'm about to say. But this guy. Oh, he's almost at like 500 deadlifts. He attempted 495 today. He almost got it. Almost. Right? And I think he's almost at 300 bench. I think right now he's at like 290 something.
Something like that.
Right?
Yeah. How old is he?
Our age.
All right, okay.
18.
10 months.
And for squat, he's getting close to 365. He's still getting there for squat, but like I bet you within like the next like half a year, this guy's gonna have a solid 500 pound bench. 315, 500. Wait,
He's gonna take some.
Sorry, 500 pound deadlift.
Oh my god.
315 pound bench and maybe 405 squat.
Yeah.
But again, he's only been training for 10 months and he's basically already there.
How tall is he?
He's like Franco's
almost 6 feet. No, he's a little bit taller.
I think he's literally just at 6 feet. I don't know exactly how tall he is.
Something like that.
But he's not short for sure like me.
Yeah.
For someone like me, it's very easy to put on a lot of size.
Oh yeah, I see those TikToks.
Right? Yeah, I know exactly. Like I just breathe in gym air. I'll get big. Right? Exactly. Right?
Why is that? Just your height, shorter?
I know, because your frame's so much smaller. It's easier for you to get more strong. Yeah, exactly. And that's why a lot of like smaller guys like me, because my range of motion for like let's say bench.
Let's show it.
So look, shoulder to shoulder. Look at Franco's arm compared to mine.
Like a whole couple inches.
My one probably will be different too.
Right. So again, for someone like me, it's so much easier to do bench or even squat You know,
I see.
Because like again, there's not that much range of motion.
Yeah.
For deadlifts, I'm kind of cooked because like my arms are short. For someone like Franco,
usually deadlifts like someone like more like lengthy limbs like me is actually has an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Because on deadlift, like the what's it called, the dynamic of it, I guess, of the leverage, like the leverages. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
The leverages of the lift it's different from like bench.
Oh, I see.
Which makes sense because like again, Ryan, this guy is super tall, so he's able to get his deadlift up super.
He's got like my proportions almost.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay.
But like for bench and squat, not that they're bad, but like
it's just a slightly slow progress.
Yeah, no, he's not as good as he probably could be if he was like probably shorter.
Yeah.
Right. But again, there's always those groups of people that the newbie gains are insane.
Yeah.
Right. But for other people, it's probably a lot slower. Right?
And that depends on like genetics.
Yeah, exactly. Genetics play a huge part in everything.
Yeah.
Right. So height as well. I mean, look at
actually, it's actually kind of sad. Like a lot of people don't realize, like especially when you get into like competitive bodybuilding, powerlifting, anyone on like the world like competitive level, like at the elite level, like pretty much it's because of genetics. Well, not like it's not like because genetics runs through like your entire bloodline, whatever, blah blah blah. But like some people just get lucky. And then that's pretty much your only way to really get to the elite level.
Right.
But there's a lot of things with everything, like it's basketball.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like anything's pretty much.
Like you're not gonna see somebody that's like 5'4" in the NBA.
No, you're not. Man.
No, that's just the reality.
Genetics is a huge thing, even for bodybuilding. Again, your insertions.
I mean that makes sense because that's like very direct correlation.
Exactly. Yeah. Right, but you can still have really short guys. Like there's this one bodybuilder named Lee Priest. You put him side by side with say like Ronnie Coleman, right, or something like that.
He looks smaller.
He looks smaller in height, but when you compare the fact that he's 5'5", Ronnie's probably like 6 feet plus, and this guy has like the same amount of arm mass on him, or maybe even more than Ronnie Coleman. It just puts into perspective that genetics plays a huge role. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So and Ronnie's like 1 in a billion genetics already.
Exactly, right? And the fact that some 5'5" guy has more arm mass is crazy. Right? Wow. So genetics is a huge thing.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, there's people who admits they take gear, but they look natural.
They look natural, yeah. Like Toby.
Yeah. Well, that guy doesn't even train.
No, he doesn't. He trains like an idiot. Then.
He's like, dude, if you just take gear, you don't have to train, and you get the same amount of training as a natural person.
It's really stupid the way he's training. Don't take steroids.
So unhealthy.
Don't take steroids. Steroids, like honestly, I've heard it being compared to like taking poison that just makes you like grow. Yeah. Right. So sure, you're gonna be growing. You're gonna be making a lot of gains. You're gonna be putting on a crap ton of muscle. But in the end, your liver, your
good luck living to 30.
Your heart, you're cooked.
You're done.
I want to get into that. If you vibe with this combo, drop a like, leave a comment, and hit that sub button. We'll catch you next time on Different Walks, Different Talks.